Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive card reader. Today with a message for Pisces. To let you know how this works, I ask my guides and I ask Spirit for a message that's going to be deeply meaningful for you and also deeply helpful as you navigate through the week. If at any point during the video you feel compelled to like, I'd appreciate it. It's always great to hear from you. And please subscribe to this channel. It is really vital that you stay in contact with this information on a weekly basis because through consistent help, you can be assured that you're really moving forward. So, some good news for you this week. We've got the Six of Wands for the energy around you. Now, this is the energy of recognition. And this is the energy of people seeing how special you are or you receiving some accolades for something that you've done. But what's interesting is, Pisces, you're responding with the Five of Pentacles, which is the energy of everyone else is special and I'm not. Everyone else is accomplished and I'm not, or everyone else is doing better than me and I'm not. And of course, the rest of the world doesn't see that. They see how talented you are and how wonderful and special and unique you are. But for some reason, you're just not wanting to see your own brilliance is the word they're giving me. You're not wanting to see your own light, and you're not wanting to see your own contribution is the next word they just gave me. Pentacles are generally things, money, and she's got one behind her here. It's kind of hard to see. But then there's four up here that are beautiful and complete and powerful, but they belong to her. But all she can see is that one down there that's all gray and not very pretty. So you're kind of disbelieving the worth you have, again, the message you have, the special light that you are to give the world. You're just not wanting to see it, and you're not wanting to face it. And I'm seeing why, because it means if you really believed in that, if you believed in your specialness, if you believed in that voice, in that talent, you'd have to bring it out into the world, and you're like, I don't want to do that. So let's get straight to the rest of the story. We've got the Ten of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and then we end in the Page of Wands. Now, this says to me that you are more comfortable in a partnership. You're more comfortable working with someone in the context of a bigger organization like a home or a family. And I'm not literally talking home or family, but it's that vibe of people that belong together. And you're okay doing teamwork even if it means you don't use your talents. In fact, you're kind of a little more comfortable with that if you don't have to use your talents, but you still feel like you're contributing because you're staying part of a team. So basically you're saying, well, I'm part of a team, so I'm contributing. It doesn't really matter that I'm not bringing those beautiful shining pentacles. See, it's so interesting, these two cards, right? This is so pretty. It's so vibrant. And then there's a grayness with the rest of these. Like if we didn't, that would be like the same card energy, because this brilliance isn't there in this card either. So even when you're working with others, you hide that brilliance. You like keep it in a closet somewhere, like safe and protected. But like your message last week, which talked about getting your voice out, getting your words out, now it's getting your action out. See yourself as someone who is so bright and brilliant and talented that they could actually step out and inspire others with their spark. So instead of needing to be part of that kind of watery, I hate to use the word, but this watery kind of codependence where the other person tells you who you are, what if you're the person that could inspire everyone to be their best self? She's really a magnetic and charismatic, a very dynamic figure, this Page of Wands, and she's unafraid to use her power and her talent. She's playing the violin here because she knows that it benefits those around her. So even though she's not working with other people, there's all these little foxes and little nature creatures that are so transfixed by her. They're benefiting because she's choosing to step up and use her talents to the fullest. And so, more than anything, I feel like this reading is trying to give you a confidence boost of your own individuality. Because when you're standing alone, even though it's clear to everyone that you're talented, it's clear to everyone that you're accomplished, it's clear that you bring something really special to the table, you don't want to see that as an individual. You would rather place the value of yourself on yourself when you're in a partnership. So when you're in a partnership, you're a valuable contributor, even if you're not doing you, even if you're not doing your full talents, your full self, you still feel more valuable if you're in that partnership than when you're standing alone. And this reading is really trying to inspire you to look at yourself with a lot more adoration, actually. You're so good at adoring others and seeing how wonderful they are. Now it's time to just put a mirror in front of you and be like, oh yeah, I adore you. Which doesn't that sound super cheesy? But it's really what happens. All that adoration goes to other people and making them feel good, making them feel supported in their life purpose and their goals. But then what about you? What about that beautiful spark that's waiting to blossom into this really exotic and magnificent flower? I'm seeing that flower in my head right now. And it's because, you know, you've never really let yourself be you. Visually, I think this is just perfect because you see how bright this card is compared to these ones are softer. So you've never allowed yourself to be this bright person, this bright, vivid, vivacious, fiery kind of person. And I'm not saying that that is who you are, because not everyone has that vivacious, fiery thing. But when you're in touch with that divine spark, a fire does come out. Even if it comes through the lens of water, it comes out in a much more warm, vital way. So we're talking about your identity, but we're also, again, a continuation of last week, talking about getting your message out. Pages are communicators, and this page does something about it. So she steps out of that partnership and she gets her message, her energy, her spin out into the world. And rather than pushing her away, the world actually embraces her. So all these little things, she's got little foxes, she's got little fairies, even the tree is kind of like putting its arms around her. So instead of trying to belong in a place that really doesn't show who you are, you just need to show up as who you are and let the world embrace you. So, and my guides are also saying, well, you know, hang on a minute, you're already embraced. You know, whether you think that you have to be in a partnership or not, you're already embraced. And so it's just time to shine that light. If when you show up in a partnership, it needs to be here, not here with the same old, I'll be like them. I'll be just the way they are. This is, I'm shining my light, and this is how we're going to come together. So it's a big call to action for you, and I feel very strange saying this to Pisces, because for a lot of you, this kind of goes against your whole MO. That you're like, well, that's not who I am. How can I do this? But we're going for that deep, meaningful message. And that deep, meaningful message is to really get in touch with your divine spark, with who you are as a divine light, and allowing that to come out, not the desire to support others in a partnership because you feel more valuable that way, or you feel more included that way. You're already included this way, and this is what needs to come out at this point. Because again, you've got a lot of information to share, you've got a lot of love to give, and you just have a lot of brightness for this world right now. So if you've got questions, please reach out, let me know, and look forward to seeing you next week. Oh, forgot, if you are looking for some one-on-one support, or you want to keep going a little deeper, I do have some openings this week. You can find out through my website. Description is below. I will see you next time, and have a good one.